Hey everyone, how are we doing today? I am back with another Get Ready With Me. Except this Get Ready With Me, I'm going to go ahead and do like a chit chat Get Ready With Me, do a little bit of a life update, what's been going on with me. I've had a few changes, or I guess a few changes coming up. Oh, and I'm just so excited to be filming this video. I just got up this morning. I'm still in my like Halloween t-shirt that I slept in last night. I just threw my hair up in this messy bun, decided to light a fall candle. That one is the glazed cinnamon bun from Bath & Body Works, and it literally smells like a cinnamon donut. Oh my god, those are like my favorite type of candles, especially in the fall time. So I thought I would light that candle. I got my coffee in my Freddy Krueger mug, and I just feel like doing some makeup today. So yeah, the palette we are going to be using in today's video is the Androgyny palette from Jeffree Cosmetics. I'll go ahead and open this up. I'm so excited to use this palette. I think I already have like what kind of look I want to go for today. So here's what the outside of the palette looks like. Here's what the palette looks like right here. I'm really feeling a green look, so I think I'm definitely going to be dipping into this color right here, which is in the color Military. Probably add some like browns and nudes in there, maybe a pop of this gold. I'm really feeling like a green smoky eye, just kind of like simple, and then maybe adding a little something to it by doing a winged eyeliner. I have not done a winged eyeliner in literally forever, so that'll probably end up looking like shit, but that's what I feel like doing today. I very rarely have a plan when it comes to like doing my makeup and like filming these type of videos. I just kind of wing it. Like I'm just really excited about doing some like green fall-esque type makeup. So yeah, so that's the palette I'm going to be using for this Get Ready With Me. And then yeah, I'm just going to basically be talking about what's been going on with me lately. So if you want to hear more about my personal life, what's been going on behind the scenes, definitely make sure to stay tuned. And then obviously if you want to see the look I create with the Androgyny palette, then just keep on watching. Alright, so I think I'm going to do my eyes first just in case because I'm not really sure what the fallout situation is. So I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. eyelid primer. And real quick, just while I'm thinking about it, if you guys like use an eyelid primer yourself that you're like in love with, definitely make sure to let me know because I don't know, I guess I'm kind of getting over this e.l.f. eyelid primer. Don't get me wrong, I definitely love me some e.l.f. And I have used this eyelid primer for literally years, but I don't know, I'm just kind of in the mood to try out a new primer. I should have just bought one when I did my like first letter makeup challenge, which that did go up on my channel today. The day I'm filming this is October 13th. This video is probably going to go up in a few weeks, but that video is up on my channel. I can link that down in the description box if you're interested in seeing that. But yeah, for that video, I bought like a bunch of new makeup that I have never tried before because really the only brands that I have that start with the letter B are BH Cosmetics. And I recently did like a declutter of my makeup, so even a lot of the BH Cosmetics stuff I ended up getting rid of. I had to go out and buy a bunch of like new products from brands that started with the letter B, and I thought that was a good time to just buy new makeup products that I have never tried before. So that was a really fun video to be able to try a bunch of new makeup, kind of do like a little first impressions video for you guys as well as that challenge video. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and start building up my crease with this color right here with my fluffy brush. This is in the color Safe Word. So yeah, like I said, the day I'm filming this, it is Wednesday, October 13th. And the first thing that's coming up in my life is actually this Friday, which is the 16th, and that is me and Luke's wedding day. So we are getting married in just a very fast few days. I can't believe it's already here. I feel like when you like first start like the planning process or like pick the date of a wedding, like it just feels like a gazillion years away. But here we are, already in October 2020. Like it's crazy. And yeah, obviously if you have been following me for a while, if you've been watching my vlogs and then obviously just living in today's world, me and Luke did have to cancel our original plans for our wedding because the venue that we chose is an inside venue, and we were gonna have our ceremony and reception at the same place, actually in the same room. Obviously being an inside venue and all that jazz, I won't go into all the specifics because I ended up talking about this in one of my vlogs. It might have been in my August vlog or my September vlog. I kind of go into a little bit more depth on everything that happened, but long story short, we had to cancel our wedding. We canceled it back in August. They ended up emailing us basically saying like what was going on, and me and Luke just made the decision that it was better to just cancel it and reschedule it for next year. So that's what happened with our original wedding plans. And then me and Luke were just talking a little bit more, and we decided that we were still going to go ahead and get married this year. So we kind of just threw together like a quick little outside ceremony. I think there's literally going to be, in total, like including me and Luke, there's going to be like 34 people. It's going to be really small, just kind of immediate family, and then a few of our friends. And like the outside venue that we're going to use is like this like really cute barn fall-esque type setup. And yeah, it's gonna basically be really chill. So we're gonna invite everyone over, we're gonna do the ceremony, and then the reception we're gonna like just get like a bite to eat, got like a cake and everything, and we're basically just gonna like hang out. So it's gonna be a very like chill day. All right, now I'm gonna use this little taper brush and probably go in with this charm color just into my crease. But yeah, I am just trying my best to not be a Debbie Downer about the whole situation, because when we first found out and like decided to cancel our wedding, I was a freaking mess. I literally cried for probably 3-4 days straight. I was so upset, and like I get it, everyone's been telling me this, like it's not about the wedding, it's about the marriage, and it's like I totally get that, and like don't get me wrong, like I'm really not trying to come off as like a heartless bitch. And like I just care about the wedding and not like marrying Luke. Like that's obviously not the point. But I think it's a little bit different for girls. And like I've talked to other girls that had to obviously cancel their wedding this year because of the virus, and like they felt the exact same way. Like I don't know. I think it's just different for, I won't say all girls, but you know, some girls, like, you know, you spend all this time and money, you know, planning a wedding, and like the wedding itself is just so important, like something you've literally thought about for years, you know, maybe even be something that you've been planning since you were like a child, and then like for it to get canceled out of something that's like totally not your control, like it sucks. It's such a sucky feeling. And like, I don't know, I just feel like this year has just been a complete shit show, and just nothing's been going right when it comes to like wedding planning. First we have to cancel like our dream wedding, and then, you know, we decided, hey, let's go ahead and still get married, but really our only option with the virus is to do something outside, and like I never wanted an outside wedding. And again, don't get me wrong, I feel like in the like age that we're in, I have to make disclaimers for everything. I'm not hating on anyone that has an outdoor wedding. I've been to outdoor weddings that are beautiful. That's great. But for me personally, I never in a million years wanted an outdoor wedding. The main reason is because in Michigan, where we live, the weather is so unpredictable. There have literally been days where we have experienced like all 4 seasons in one day. And like the weather can literally change at the drop of a dime. So I never wanted an outdoor wedding because I just didn't want to deal with the changes in weather and then have to quickly like do like a plan B. But yeah, because of the virus and because me and Luke still wanted to get married this year and keep our original wedding date, we had to do an outdoor wedding. And like, I've been watching the weather like a hawk. And I mean, I guess it could be worse. Like, I think it is looking like it's not going to rain. There is like a slight chance, but I don't think it will rain. But I guess our main issue is how cold it's gonna be. I checked it this morning and now it's back up to a high of 55. But like, it's been kind of jumping from like 60 to 40s, like somewhere in between there. So it's every time like we get closer and we check, it looks like the weather is like getting colder, which I'm not a big fan of, but I don't think it's gonna rain. It says it's gonna be sunny, there's gonna be some clouds, so I don't really know. I'm trying really hard not to complain. Like the weather, like what the weather is saying, like it could be a ton worse. It could be freezing. There's been times where we have blizzards in October. Like it could be snowing, but it's not. So I'm trying really hard not to complain. But yeah, that was my main reason for never wanting an outdoor wedding. And then we finally got this figured out, but like getting our marriage license, that was kind of a little stressful because again, because of the virus, we couldn't go and do our like marriage license application in person like you would normally do. Everything has to go by mail and online and all this crap. And so because of that, it took a little bit longer to get it. We finally got it, but like it took like, I want to say 9 days between the time we mailed out our application until we got like our marriage license. And that was really stressful to me because we haven't heard anything. I wasn't sure if we were going to get it on time. And then obviously with your application, you have to mail in a bunch of like your own documents, like your social security card. And then I started really freaking out. I was like, oh my God, like what if it didn't go to the right place? Like what if it got lost? Like what if it got in the wrong hands and now someone out there has our social security numbers? Oh, it was so stressful, but like we ended up getting it. Everything's fine. Yeah, this whole year and wedding has just been so stressful and so frustrating. Like I said, I'm naturally, one of my downfalls, I think, naturally I'm a very negative person and I'm trying really hard to not be that way. I'm just trying to just think positive, to be happy so I do not ruin Friday for me or for Luke. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. We're gonna get married Friday. And then as far as our original wedding plans, like I already said, we rescheduled it for next year. So we will be having another wedding, you could say, next year, which will be like our original plans, like all of our like decorations. My dress that I bought for my wedding, I'm not gonna be wearing this year. I'm going to keep it for next year. So all of that sort of stuff. That'll be next October. And then next year will kind of just serve as like a 1-year vow renewal. I'm just praying to God that that doesn't get messed up because I don't really pay attention to the news or anything like that. I hate watching the news. Like I said, I'm a very negative person and like watching the news just like makes me even more negative. And like I literally get anxiety attacks from watching the news because they don't talk about anything good on the news. It's all just bad, 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 bad. And I can't handle it. And to be perfectly honest, I don't really know too much what's going on with the coronavirus, which might come to a surprise to a lot of people because me being a nurse, oh my gosh, so many people come up to me and like, oh, what's your opinion on the coronavirus? And like this and that question, because you're a nurse, like give us your opinion. And I'm just like, I don't know shit because I don't pay attention to it. That might sound bad, but like I can't do it. But yeah, I have heard that it could take up to 2 to 3 years before we get back to complete like normalcy. And that stresses me out. Like I swear to God, if we have to cancel next year's wedding again, I am literally going to scream. I don't care if we're under like some restrictions still next year, but like I want to be able to invite who I want to invite. I want to be able to like drink, dance, party, all that sort of stuff. Like if we can at least do that, I'm going to be fine with it. Okay, real quick. I'm sorry. I'm really bad at like multitasking, like doing my makeup and talking. So I'm going to like try to get better at it. So now I'm going to go in with this military color all over my lids and then just kind of go back in, touch up my crease colors and everything like that. Oh, so yeah, that's kind of our whole situation with our wedding. I think I touched on everything. What is nice, what we originally planned for mini like honeymoon vacation after the wedding, which will be this coming weekend, we're actually going to Illinois. I can't remember if I already talked about this or not, but we are going to Illinois to one of the Sybaris. I've heard it pronounced a few different ways, but I say Sybaris pool suites. And it's so funny. I was actually like just scrolling through Facebook when I saw someone post about these pool suites and how like cool they are, and like she would totally recommend them to anyone that wanted to go and things like that. And I was like, pool suites? What's that? So I went to their website and it's literally a hotel room and you have your own pool in your hotel room. So it's basically like your own little private pool. It's so cool. And like they have a few different packages. Like I think like their cheapest package is where you kind of just get like a basic, almost like a honeymoon suite. Like you get like your own little jacuzzi tub and that's about it. You don't get a pool. And then it goes up to like their most expensive suite where like you get like, you know, the full room, the full pool, waterfall, and then it also has like a water slide in it. Like it's so cool. And I know in Illinois they have a few of their cities have these pool suites, and then I'm sure other states have them. But we decided to go to Illinois to one of their cities because it was the closest to us. I think the one we chose is only going to be like a 3 hour drive, which really isn't that bad. I really wanted the most expensive one with like the water slide and all that sort of stuff, but these suites are kind of expensive, so we kind of just went not with the most expensive, but we went with the one below that because I still wanted to, like, even though it's expensive, I still wanted to get one of the most expensive ones to get like, you know, obviously the full pool. And the one we have, it doesn't have a water slide, but it does have a waterfall. Like, I just wanted to be able to get a good one so we could, like, experience it. So, yeah, thankfully, like, that didn't get, you know, affected at all by the virus. Like, I got my confirmation a few days ago. Like, that trip is still on. So, I'm really excited about that. And, yeah, so that'll be our little honeymoon. I'm probably going to vlog a little bit just to kind of show you guys the room. But, yeah, we decided we weren't going to take, like, a full honeymoon because we really want to buy a house soonish. And I think that actually worked out perfectly because with the virus, like, who knows if we, like, did decide to go on a honeymoon. Sorry, my camera stopped recording. I don't know where I left off, but I was just talking about we decided not to take, like, a full-on honeymoon because we do want to buy a house soonish, hopefully sometime next year. And yeah, we just, like, made that decision, like, do we want to spend money to go on a honeymoon or do we want to spend money to buy a house? Yeah, let's see. I'm trying to think if there is anything else I needed to, like, tell you guys about our wedding and stuff like that. Obviously, we'll have pictures and maybe do, like, a little video, which I will be uploading on my channel for you guys to see. I didn't hire anyone this year to do, like, pictures and video. I kind of wish I would have, but my sister was nice enough to kind of take care of that for us. Here's kind of what we got going on. I feel like the military color isn't as pigmented as I would like it to be, especially when I try to, like, blend it in with the crease colors that we got going on. It kind of takes away that pigmentation a little bit. So I tried to, like, build it up and blend it out as carefully as I could. So I think I'll just kind of leave it as is for right now. And then I'm going to go in with this frosting color, this, like, goldish shimmery color, and add that as a brow bone highlight. I think I'll go and start with my face makeup. I thought about doing that winged eyeliner, but I don't know. I feel like it would just make more sense to do my face makeup first, and then I can do, like, my lower lash line and all that sort of stuff. So I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser Primer. So for my first concealer, I'm going to go in with my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind just underneath my eyes. Foundation, I'm going to go in with my CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made Foundation. And I'll try to talk as I'm doing this to give you guys some more life updates. So currently I am not working. I kind of hinted at this in one of my videos. Now I can't remember which one it was, but I mentioned I had, like, a job interview, and yeah, long story short, I ended up getting a new job, which I do start that job in a couple weeks. It wasn't really my plan to take a couple weeks off of working, but obviously with my wedding and all that sort of stuff, it just made the most sense, which now I'm kind of happy that I'm doing that. I just feel like it would have been too stressful to kind of do all of that at once. If you guys didn't already know, I am a nurse, and I was working in an inpatient mental health hospital, and the patients that I specifically worked with obviously dealt with, like, mental health disorders and then also substance abuse. And yeah, it was kind of an interesting job choice for me because when I was going through nursing school, and then obviously we did, like, mental health clinicals, and then after doing those clinicals, I always told myself, like, I was never going to go into mental health. Like, it's just not for me. And then fast forward a few years later, and that ended up being my first nursing job. And yeah, like, first starting out at that job, I loved it. I wasn't expecting to love it, but I really did. And I would say that I loved my job for probably the first year or so. I'm gonna go back in with my brightener concealer just to kind of cover up some of the pimples that I have on my face. I don't know, I guess after a year of being there, I just started to not love it anymore. I used to, you know, get up in the morning and, like, you know, I was happy to go to work. Like, I genuinely liked my job, and I just didn't have that anymore. I just found it to be very stressful, especially recently. I don't know if it was, you know, the virus playing a role, but I just kind of feel like the patients we were getting, it was just more difficult, for lack of a better word. And again, you know, this is no hate towards anyone with, you know, a mental health illness, you know, just because if you yourself or if you know someone with a mental illness, like that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with them. That doesn't mean they're crazy or they're bad people or anything like that. Like so many people have mental illnesses out there. Like it's more common than you would think, I would say. And yeah, that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you, that you're weak or broken or, you know, whatever people like to say or stereotype people with mental illnesses with. But at work, I was just finding like the behavioral side of things becoming very difficult. It wasn't necessarily people that were psychotic or anything like that, because obviously, like, you know, some people that are dealing with like more psychosis and things like that, and some of the things that they'll do and say and the way they act, sometimes like they really can't control that. And when I say someone is dealing with psychosis or they're psychotic, it's not like I'm not hating on them or calling them names. Like it's an actual diagnosis. So when it comes to like a psychotic patient, it wasn't really necessarily them that were getting to me, because like I said, sometimes the things that they do, they don't really know what they're doing. But just a lot of the patients that weren't really under the same diagnosis, the way they were acting, like I don't know, I was getting like extreme burnout. Like I just couldn't deal with the yelling, the screaming, the throwing things, the threatening, the fighting. Like I couldn't do it anymore. And like I said, I don't know if it was because of the virus, but just recently within the past few months, like that type of behavior was getting worse and worse and worse. And I was dealing with it every single day I went to work for like probably 2 months straight. I was dealing with that stuff like all day, my whole shift, and it was just really getting to me. And to be perfectly honest, I just don't think I'm someone that can deal with that sort of stuff. Obviously, there's people out there that have been, and even people I've worked with that have been in mental health for years, and they're awesome at what they do. And I just don't think I'm one of those people. I kind of knew that going in, that I knew I wasn't going to be in mental health forever. I thought I would have lasted a little bit longer at my job than I did. Yeah, that was basically the main thing. There was like a couple other things that happened, but like I don't need to get into that. I'm not gonna like bad talk my job, because I did love my job and I think it was a good place to work at and for. So yeah, that was really the main reason. I just couldn't do it anymore. I didn't think I was made for it, and I just found myself coming to work and just hating it. I hated my job. Next, I'm gonna go on with this CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Concealer underneath my eyes. And so yeah, then I started just kind of looking for a new job. Obviously still working. Actually signed up on Indeed, which I found really helpful. This video is not sponsored at all, obviously, but if you're yourself are thinking about looking for a job, or even if you're an employer yourself, I know employers can go on there and find applicants easily. I found Indeed to be super helpful. And that's actually how I found the job that I have now, or I will be working with now. And so this particular job actually reached out to me on Indeed, because like I said, like employers can go on Indeed and like look for applicants that way. And so they actually reached out to me, and it wasn't really something like I would say I was looking for at the time. But I don't know what it was, but I just had a really good feeling about it. So I decided to just go for it, apply. I had a couple interviews with them, and yeah, fast forward to now, I ended up getting hired, and I will be starting or having my first day with them in a couple weeks. So yeah, the job that I will be doing now is actually as a hospice nurse. The company I'm with, I will be doing home hospice care. I'll be actually going to people's homes and like going to like assisted living facilities and things like that, which I've always been interested in hospice. Actually, when I graduated, I was trying to look for like hospice related work. I don't know what is going on, but I feel like this concealer sucks. It's like not covering this eye at all. But anyways, yeah. So when I graduated nursing school, I was actually looking for like hospice jobs, but there wasn't really a lot of options out there for like a baby nurse. Like all of the hospice related jobs that we're hiring, they wanted like experienced hospice nurses, so that obviously wasn't an option for me. So yeah, I've always been interested in hospice, and then obviously with my dad, he was on hospice before he passed. Okay, screw it. I've like literally, I feel like I put like 20 pounds of product underneath his eye, but it literally will not cover up So whatever, I'm just gonna set it with some powder now. So I'm going to be using these two powders right here. This one I'm going to use all over my face because it's almost gone. And it's a little bit darker compared to this, so I don't really like to pack it underneath my eyes. But this is the CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Powder. And then I'll go in with my Rimmel London Stay Matte powder underneath my eyes. So yeah, I've always been I had some sort of interest in hospice, and I just like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people like look at me and they're just kind of like, what the hell are you doing, girl? Like, you're going from mental health to hospice and you're just kind of like trying whatever. And I mean, that's exactly right. Like, I was so scared like all through nursing school because obviously like my classmates, they were like, oh, I've dreamed of being like a mother baby nurse since I was a child, and oh, I've always wanted to work in ICU, that's my passion, blah 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 blah. But me, I just didn't have that going through nursing school. Like, there was not like a field of nursing that was like jumping out at me. And even going into nursing school, there wasn't something that was like my passion. And so like going through nursing school, it was just it was a tough time for me because I just didn't have a passion for anything. And just nursing school in general is so difficult. And so I was honestly wondering, like, throughout nursing school, like, holy shit, like, did I make like the biggest mistake of my life? Am I even supposed to be a nurse? Because like I just didn't have this passion for anything. And I honestly didn't even know if I was gonna go into nursing after school. And I still kind of feel like that. Like, am I meant to be a nurse? I don't know, because I don't have a passion for anything. And like, obviously my last job, like, I loved it, but then after a year, I was just so, you know, burnt out and sick of it. And it made me scared. I was like, oh my God, like, am I gonna experience this with every nursing job out there? And again, just kind of those same feelings, like, am I even meant to be a nurse? And so yeah, those people that like heard like I was obviously leaving mental health and going into hospice, they were just like, oh, is that always been your passion? Or like, what are you doing? And it's like, is hospice my passion? No. Am I gonna like it? I don't know. I've never worked in hospice. All I know right now is what my passion is, something I love doing, and kind of something that led me into going nursing school, is I love to help people. Like, I am just one of those people that like genuinely loves and cares about others. I don't know who that is, and that's so disrespectful to call me while I'm filming. Yeah, so that's like, I just genuinely love and care about people, and I just feel like that's so hard to find nowadays. You know, that was my reasoning for going into mental health. I feel like nowadays, like, mental health is becoming like a really like hot topic, and it's becoming more accepting, becoming more talked about, and it's becoming more of a realization that a lot of people struggle with those things. And so that's why I went into mental health, and I wanted to be able to help people, you know, that are going through those mental health issues. And like, kind of same with hospice. Like, for these particular people that are on hospice, obviously you're in hospice because you're terminally ill, whether it's cancer or some other sickness. You know you're gonna die within the next few months. I'm pretty sure the qualifications for hospice is you need to be given, or you need to have like a terminal illness with given up to like 6 months to live. You know, these people like, okay, I'm in hospice, I'm only gonna live like such and such months or less than a year or whatever it is. And it's a really difficult time, not only for that patient, but their family as well. And so that's kind of been, you know, my thing for hospice, is I want to be able to help those patients that are going through it and their families as well. Because obviously, like I said, I went through this with my dad, and it was just so nice to be able to have the option to get my dad onto hospice and to be able to get him that home care that was necessary for him, because that was his main thing, is he just wanted to go home. And like, you know, the hospice team that he was with was able to make that possible for him, which I'm so thankful, because originally we weren't sure if we were going to be able to bring my dad home. We weren't sure if we were going to be able to even get him on hospice. Like, it's kind of a long story with my dad. It was such a shit show, the hospital he was at. Like, oh my God, like, it was just like the worst service ever. But anyways, at the time, we didn't know if we were going to be able to get him on hospice. We didn't know if we were going to be able to have any help. And so with only having like my mom, who was newly married at the time, me, who is going through nursing school and was going to be starting up school again within the next month or two, and then my sister, who works 2 jobs, and we were scared that we weren't going to be able to bring my dad home and be able to provide him with the 24/7 care that at the time he kind of needed. I'm just so incredibly thankful that we were able to get set up with hospice and be able to bring my dad home, because I know that's what he wanted. And I don't think I would ever be able to forgive myself if we put him in an assisted living home. But yeah, now I kind of forgot what the point I was trying to make. But yeah, so that's kind of my decision for wanting to go into hospice. I think I'm gonna go in and do my face. So I'll go in with my e.l.f. bronzing palette. I'm gonna go in with my BH Cosmetics Vanilla Peach Truffle blush palette, and probably like mix these two together. And then I'll go in with my Frozen Peach Supreme Frost highlighting powder from Jeffree Star Cosmetics to highlight my face. And yeah, obviously this job is going to be a challenge, because like I said, this is home hospice care, so I'm going to be going to people's homes and assisted living facilities, and it's going to be a huge struggle for me because for the longest time I hated driving. Now I'm more comfortable with it, so I wouldn't really say I hate driving anymore or I'm terrified of it, but the thing that I'm still very uncomfortable with and absolutely hate doing is driving in the winter. So that's going to be a struggle for me, obviously. Like I already explained to you guys, I'm a very negative person, and of course I've already had those thoughts like, oh my god, like I'm gonna have to be driving all over like this side of Michigan that I live in. Like, oh my god, like I'm gonna slip on ice, I'm gonna get into an accident, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna become paralyzed. Like I've already had all of those scary thoughts. But yeah, I just decided, even with all of those negative thoughts that I've been having and being terrified to drive in the winter, I don't know, I can't explain it. I have such a positive feeling about this experience, and I just had a feeling like this is something I need to do right now. I don't know, like the timing just felt right. Like I wanted to get out of the job that I was in because I was so unhappy. Like the interviews I had with them went so well. Yeah, I had a feeling that, yeah, even though this is going to be different for me, I'm going to be taken out of my comfort zone with driving and then maybe some of the cares that I'll have to do as a hospice nurse. But I couldn't shake this feeling that I needed to do this. A part of me has even thought that like maybe this is a sign from my dad. I don't really know like how true that is, but obviously going through this with my dad and always having some sort of interest in hospice, like, I don't know, I just feel like it was some sort of sign, either from my dad or from God. Oh, and another thing that I was really starting to hate about my job was my schedule. So with my other job, I was working evenings, 8-hour shifts. So I would go in at 3 and then I would be done around 11:30. Which originally I was like, oh my god, like that sounds awesome. Like I am not a morning person. I'll be able to sleep in. And even on the days where I'm not working, I really won't have to change my sleeping schedule all that much. Now I'm going to start on my eyebrows with this like Brow This Way Rimmel London kit. And also at this job, 32 hours was considered full-time. So when I first got hired in, I was like, oh my god, this is perfect. I only have to work 32 hours a week. I get to work in the evenings. I don't have to wake up in the morning. Like, this is going to be awesome. And then working that schedule, and then obviously I had to work every other weekend. I was just finding that the schedule was just not working for me. Like, literally, I just found myself, all I was doing was working and sleeping. Like, I didn't get to do anything with, like, friends or family or with Luke. A lot of the stuff on the weekends I couldn't do because it always fell on the weekend that I worked. Stuff that was happening during the weekdays, like, I couldn't do because I worked in the evenings. So whenever people got together during the week, it was usually always around dinner time, which I was obviously at work. And then Luke being on a schedule of Monday through Friday, like 7:30 to 5. On the stretches of days that I was working, like we really wouldn't see each other or talk to each other, or like when we did see each other, we were sleeping. Like the more I thought about it, I was just like, okay, like what means more to me? Does it mean more to me to be able to sleep in the mornings, or does it mean more to me to be able to just suck it up, find a daytime job, and be able to see Luke, my friends and family, and be able to do stuff? And so the job that I have now, it will be a Monday through Friday job, and it'll be 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., which I love that. Yeah, I'll have to get up in the morning. I'll have to get up pretty early, being a start time of 7, but to be able to be done at 3 in the afternoon is awesome. I feel like I'll still have like a majority of my day still ahead of me. And yeah, like I said, Monday through Friday. So I'll have most weekends off. Obviously, there's going to be some weekends that I will need to be on call. which I'm a little nervous about because I'll have to be on call for like the whole weekend, like day, night. It don't matter. If I get a call, I need to answer it, even if it's 4 o'clock in the morning and I'm sleeping. So that makes me a little nervous. I just hope I wake up if I ever do get a call in the middle of the night. But yeah, even on the weekends, I do have to be on call. Those will just be weekends I'll use to like hang out at home, do things around the house. But other than those times I'll have to be on call, I will have weekends off and it's just going to be amazing. I'll be able to actually see Luke, spend time with him, be able to do things on the weekends. If things are going on with family or friends, I'll actually be able to go. Yeah, even though originally I thought a Monday through Friday type job, days, like getting up early in the morning, I thought that was something that I didn't want. Working an evening shift job, I just learned that it just isn't worth it. I want to be able to live my life and be able to like spend time with family and friends. And another thing that just didn't work out with the evening schedule is, like I said, all I was doing was working and sleeping. I just found myself becoming like increasingly lazy. Like I would literally sleep all morning, the entire day before I had to go into work, and I wouldn't get anything done. And yeah, it just wasn't working for me anymore. So yeah, that's a little bit about my new job. I'm super excited about it. I think it's gonna be good. And leaving my old job, it was hard because I just became so close to the people that I worked with. And I even vlogged leaving my work for the last time, and I literally started crying. It just makes me cringe, that part in the vlog. You have to like deal with my like crying voice, which is so annoying. And that vlog should be up by the time this video goes up, so I can link that down in the description box. Yeah, it was hard. It was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be, and I was actually terrified. Like I just sat in my car, even after I ended like that part of the vlog clip, and I just sat there and I just prayed, all right, God, I am not feeling good about this decision. I honestly don't know if I'm making the right decision. Can you please like just give me some sort of sign that I am either making the wrong decision or am I making the right decision? Because right now, you know, just sitting in my car outside of work, crying, knowing that I'm not going to be coming back, I wasn't feeling too good about my decision. And I kind of felt like that the rest of the night, but waking up the next day, I just felt totally at peace with the decision, and I took that as a sign from God that I was making the right decision, and I still feel that way. And like my coworkers, when I was like, you know, obviously I told everyone I was leaving, like they weren't like rude about it. Like obviously they were a little upset to see me go, but like, I mean, I don't know. I had some comments saying like, oh, you'll be back, or oh, I give it 4 or 5 months tops. You won't be able to handle hospice anymore. Hospice is so hard, and all these different comments. And that is actually something that a lot of people found really confusing. Like one of the reasons that I gave for leaving mental health is I just couldn't handle the negativity of it anymore. Like I already mentioned a couple times in this video, I'm just naturally a really negative person. And so living in my own head, being so negative on myself and just in every situation in my life, and then going to a place of work that is so negative, like it was just taking over my life, honestly. And it was starting to, I don't know, I guess dealing with other people's mental health, it was starting to really affect mine negatively. And so when people ask me like why I'm leaving, that's kind of the reason I gave, and I would just simply say I just can't handle the negativity anymore. And a lot of people, and even some of you may be thinking like that makes absolutely no sense, like you're gonna go from mental health to hospice, like you're literally gonna be watching people dying, and that isn't negative. In that aspect, I get what they're saying. Like obviously being in hospice and, you know, seeing people like actively dying, it's not going to be like sunshine and rainbows all the time, but I just think it'll be a lot different. Like I feel like the patients and the family members, at least a majority of them, I'm assuming, obviously every patient you get, like in nursing and healthcare in general, like you're gonna get patients that are difficult to deal with. You're gonna get put in situations that you absolutely hate, that are gonna be frustrating. Like I left my job countless of times just crying, and I'm sure I'm gonna have, you know, the same thing working in hospice, but I feel like most of the patients and family members are going to like want my help. Yeah, I guess I don't really have the best like explanation, and I know for a lot of people it doesn't make any sense. Like I'm basically leaving one negative job to do another negative job, but in my mind it's not like that. Working in mental health, it was hard. Is working in hospice going to be hard? Yes, 100%, but I think it's just going to be different. And right now I need something different. I feel like my eyebrows don't really look that great, but that's what I get for trying to do my makeup and talking at the same time and not like fully paying attention. So now I'm going to set my eyes with this, or eyebrows with this CoverGirl Easy Breezy Brow Tinted Gel. Do some more blending and touching up on my eyes before we move on to the lower lash line. And yeah, I think that's basically all I wanted to update you guys on. That's really all that's going on in my life. So I would love to hear from some of you, kind of like what's going on in your guys' life. Does anyone have any Halloween plans? I don't really know when this video is going up, so Halloween might already be past by the time this goes up. Sadly, I don't think we have any plans for Halloween this year. The last couple of years, one of our favorite like bar restaurants that's like me and Luke's like go-to place that we always go to. For the last couple Halloweens, they have had a Halloween party, which is so much fun. Like we look forward to it like every single year. But obviously because of the virus, they're not doing it this year, which really sucks. So now we really don't have any Halloween plans. And it's like, isn't that like the saddest thing ever? Like we finally get like a Halloween that's on a Saturday, like, let's party, let's dress up, go crazy, and thanks to COVID, there really isn't, like, any Halloween plans going on. Like, it's so unfair. But even though I love the fall time and the Halloween season, my favorite holiday is coming up, which is Christmas. I am so excited. I have been thinking about, like, decorating for Christmas since like the end of August. Like I just love it so much, and I'm just so excited that you guys love it right along with me. And you guys were the overall consensus when I brought it up, I think in one of my vlogs. You guys were fine with me doing like another decorate with me, which I'm super excited to do. And yeah, so I will be having a new decorate with me for this year. I do kind of want to get some, not new, but just kind of add to my like Christmas decorations. I did find some things on Lakeside Collection, so I'll probably order some of that stuff. But then I'm also thinking about getting some stuff from Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby has amazing Christmas decorations, and they're always discounted. Most of the time they're around like 50% off, or like buy one get one 50% off. So I'm thinking maybe along with my decorate with me video, I'll probably like do maybe a little shop with me along with that. So I'm super excited about that. Alright, now I'm going to move on to my lower lash line before we move on to the winged eyeliner. So I'm going to line my lower lash line with this green military color. I might blend it out, or maybe I'll do like a combination of Safe Word and Charm to kind of blend it out a little bit. And then maybe I'll add a little bit of the frosting color somewhere in there to give like a pop of shimmer. The liquid eyeliner is going to be a serious struggle with me, so I'm not going to be talking, so just enjoy some like fast-paced makeup with some music over it. The liquid eyeliner I'm going to use is this one from BH Cosmetics. This is their BH liquid eyeliner. I don't think, I almost dropped it. I don't think I've ever used this liquid eyeliner before, but it's just one of those like felt tip liquid eyeliner, so we'll give that a try, and hopefully I don't ruin what we got going on. So once all that's done, then I'll come back and probably just do the lips, and then this look will be done. definitely didn't work out. I literally just bought this thing and it's like completely dried up. Like I like tried to like rub it onto a Kleenex because I thought like, oh, maybe it's new, maybe I just need to press a little harder, so I'll just kind of like put it on the Kleenex to kind of get the like juices flowing. But yeah, it's like there's like nothing in here, and so I couldn't do a wing. I tried, but it was looking like crap. So I kind of just like went over the lines with this black pencil from CoverGirl. Tried to do a wing that way, but like I'm just not good. I'm not really good at doing wing eyeliner in general, but especially doing with a pencil eyeliner, I suck at. So I kind of have like this like little eyeliner going on. So I kind of just like lined my upper lash line with that black pencil. And then I just went in with the Dominatrix shade with like a little slanted eye brush and kind of went over that to kind of set the eyeliner in place. So that's what we got going on. We're not doing any wing today because that's the only liquid eyeliner I have. I don't really know why it's like all of a sudden dried up. Like like I said, I literally just bought it. I haven't even used it. I don't know what that's about. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead with my L'Oreal mascara, put it on my lower lash line. And then for our lips today, I have these 3 products right here. So I'm gonna go in with my waterproof lip liner from BH Cosmetics in the shade Earth, my favorite nude lip liner. And then I think I'm going to try to do like a little ombre effect. So I'm going to go in with this really light nude color all over my lips. This is from BH Cosmetics, and this is one of their liquid linen lipsticks, and this is in the shade Martha. And then I'm going to go over kind of like on like the outer corners of my lips to do that ombre effect with this color right here. This is also from BH Cosmetics. This is one of their cashmere cream lipsticks. And this one is in the shade Tea. And then once all that's done, I'm going to set my face with this CoverGirl Outlast Active Cooling Setting Mist. To set my face. All right, I'm gonna let that continue to set into place, but other than that, this look is complete. I really hope you all enjoyed this video, kind of a little bit of an update on my life, trying out the Androgyny palette from Jeffree Cosmetics. I almost screwed that up. The Androgyny palette. There we go. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate it. I'm really loving how this look turned out. I feel like it was pretty simple, pretty quick to do. Other than the debacle with the liquid eyeliner that still drives me nuts, that it's brand new and for some reason it's not working or all dried up. I don't know. But either way, I think this look turned out really cool. Love the colors, very like fall-like, especially with the green and this like orangey color up top. Oh, absolutely love this palette. Now, I was kind of thinking as I was doing my makeup and then obviously just talking to you guys about my life and everything like that, I do have a couple videos that I have filmed before I started filming this video. I filmed a Get Ready With Me using the Beauty Killer palette from Jeffree Cosmetics. cosmetics. And then I also filmed my eyeshadow palette collection. Originally, because I filmed those videos first, I was going to upload those videos first on my channel before this one. But I'm thinking maybe I'll just go ahead and upload this one before one of those videos, or maybe even both of those videos. I just feel like it would make more sense since I'm filming this on October 13th, kind of talking to you about what's going on in my life currently. I just feel like it would make more sense to upload this video sooner rather than later, if that makes any sense. And then I feel like it would line up a lot better with my vlogs. So maybe I'll do that. Either way, you guys will know whenever these videos goes up. Obviously, you're going to be seeing all of them eventually. But yeah, I'm just kind of thinking out loud right now. So definitely just make sure to stay tuned for those videos. I definitely have some more Get Ready With Me's coming right at ya. And yeah, so once again, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. I'm going to get going for now, but I hope you all are having a wonderful day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye, everyone!